Hello, welcome to this lecture video. So today we will talk about interpreting test data. So I am teacher Melai. In this lecture, we will consider two subtopics. The first one is the matrix of student data, and the second one is designing assessment to suit different purposes. So this is the matrix of student data. So as shown in this table, the first column corresponds to the students who took the test, and the first row consists of the items, the number of items in the test. So in this matrix of student data, so there are 8 items and there are 10 students who took the test. And then if you also notice, we have here numbers 0 and 1, where 0 means that the student did not get the correct answer, while 1 corresponds to the correct answer. And then, and the last row and the last column, it is the total. So here, the total corresponds, the column here, the last column corresponds to the scores of each of the students. So as you can see, so the student, for instance, student 1 did not get item 1, item 3, but the student got correct answers for item 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which means that his or her score is 6. So the scores here corresponds to the performance of the students or to the achievement of each individual students, which means the higher the score, the higher is the performance, and the lower the score, the lower is the performance of the students. While in the last row, so it is the total scores per item, which also corresponds to the total number of students who obtained correct answer in that particular item. So it means, for example, in item 1, so there are only 4 students who got the correct answer, while for item 2, all of the students got the correct answers. But right now, or rather in the traditional method of presenting matrix of student data, this is actually reversed. The first row corresponds to the students, while the first column corresponds to each of the items in the test. But since we are using software, we have to also to change the format of our matrix so to suit also to the software that we are using. And the importance now of the values for the total scores depends on the individual. So like, for example, for students and parents, so their focus is on the total scores. The scores, whether they obtain or they have high performance or low performance. While for teachers, subject specialists, curriculum planners, and national policy advisors, they focus on the total scores per item because each of the item corresponds to the learning competencies. So that's the time that the teacher may realize if he or she met the standard given to the curriculum. He or she was able to teach that particular topic and that all the students understood the lesson. So it is his or her way now for him or her to determine which of the learning competency is the least mastered or the greatest mastered topic. Okay, now let's move on to the designing assessment to suit different purposes. So of course, traditional examinations give every student the same task so that individuals can be compared. In addition to that, of course, same grade level must take the same or same type of examination. And then also, time is limited, costing large samples high, so the number of tasks is relatively small. So here, Since in giving national achievement tests, for example, it's a very limited time. So let's say they are only given 30 minutes or an hour to take the test, and we have a large samples because it is represented by the different, for example, divisions, different provinces, and all of that. So it means that they also need to consider, of course, the costing, and the number of tasks now is relatively small. So the items there are just the representative or just a sample assessment task, and they cannot cover all the topics or all the learning competencies in the curriculum. So as mentioned in the last item, traditional examinations, questions, or sample assessment tasks only. So, which also means that if the curriculum planner or the designer of the test will come up with a large number of questions, it means that he or she also need a more number of students, which means that it cannot be just represented by one student. So if the number of questions in a national assessment is large, the testing required may be more than can be expected of a typical student. So if you're going to craft a test and you know that you only have a very few students, then it's okay to come up with a very um, short test also. But if you're going to consider a large sample, then you have also to make a test wherein it will consist of a number of questions. So that is all for this lecture video. Thank you for watching.